Hello everyone, today I wanted to talk about a flawed but very generous film, an underrated film in my eyes, although today many people seem to find real qualities in it. You saw the title is The Lone Ranger from 2013, and yes, it's my voice, a bit lame voice reveal, but was doomed to do so. Sorry if my speech is not so pleasant, be lenient. I'm not a native speaker, and I've not make a video with my real voice since I don't know 7 years, probably more. But then, why talk about The Lone Ranger in 2026? Well, because I foolishly think that it's always a bit of a relevant movie on top of being one of my favorite westerns, and believe me, I've seen a lot of them. In addition to having a relevant comment on modern cynicisms, on the progress that crushes man under its feet in his march, it's just a fun film with excellent actors, striking second-tier actors, notably William Fichtner, who's more than a convincing Butch Cavendish. It's a dark and lively western at the time, with great visuals, music, first-class staging. Gore Verbinski had taste for the macabre and dubious humor, as in his earlier production, notably the Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy, already in Rango, which is more of a children's movie, between quotes, of course. It infused an incredible grimy and dusty atmosphere. The more time passes, the more I tell myself that Verbinski would do well to return to adventure films and the swashbuckler. He clearly has an affinity with this genre, and despite that, his career seems to be in limbo. Despite its theatrical failure at the time and the monstrous amount of money it cost Disney, I sincerely think that it is an incredible movie, and why not one of the best blockbusters of the 2010s. And yes, I dare say that. Dare to be stupid. And I'm not the only one. Tarantino, despite his strange opinions at times, thought that it was one of the best films of 2013, despite some flaws in the rhythm and the representation of Native Americans, which wasn't exactly pleasing him. On the other hand, the critic Matt Zolozitz even says that the film would be positively re-evaluated in the future, and I think he's right. There is too much care put into the staging and all the rest for it to be forgotten like that. Today it's strange to think that Disney produced film with cannibalism, prostitute, and an alcoholic hero against the backdrop of genocide of the Native American people, and the fallout was also quite sad. Indeed, it was the flop of the film that ended the contract between Jerry Bruckheimer and Disney. Of course, this collaboration didn't only produce masterpieces, but it gave us the Pirates of the Caribbean saga, so I think there are still some interesting things to do, at least more respectable things that remake in live action. Still haven't seen John Carter so far, but it's on my watch list. I must say, today I miss movies as ballsy as The Lone Ranger. They are still interesting proposals, but more in the realm of horror. The budget of an average blockbuster has exploded so much that you absolutely need a return on investment nowadays, and even the safest bets do not always turn out to be profitable, as the flop of The Last Star Wars proves. As Lone Ranger today is an anomaly in Verbinski's career, and a film that Disney would like to sweep under the rug, I think. But to my eyes, it's an excellent film. Again, I have trouble identifying all the themes, and my analytical skills are close to nothingness, like my reading skills, sorry. But on the other hand, I did not want to make a too academic review, but I think there is indeed a criticism of the cynicism of our modern world. Again, always a search for profit, although wealth has always fueled the greed of the powerful. The fact that John Reed is so naive and attached to a child's story, to morality in a world that reflects only his own naivety around him. It's a bit like the classic hero confrontation with a dirtier and more desolate modern environment. And frankly, I have no connection to the original Lone Ranger, so I admit that I don't care about the character's treatments or respect. I know there was some criticism about John in the film, especially the fact that he's all so gullible, almost pathetic, that he gets literally dragged through shit. So I think it's quite relevant to confront the heroes without fear or reproach, with a more modern style like that, especially since an origin story. It would certainly have looked more like the classic Lone Ranger in a possible second film. But anyway, I wanted to talk about this film that close to my heart. Maybe the last movie reviews is since we've had flops with this format. Quite ironic. Terminate these video lines with this film in particular. But see you next time.